Your night keeps ending in the bathroom. Repeated sleep loss quietly strains your health and energy. Stay with me for a calm, natural path to relief. Have you ever wondered why you keep waking up in the middle of the night just to go to the bathroom? If you're like millions of people, especially adults over 40 in the US, this nighttime interruption has become so frequent that it seems almost normal. But what if I told you that a single habit before bedtime, something most people do without even thinking, could be the hidden trigger behind this constant disruption? And here's something even more intriguing. At the very end of this content, I'll share a bonus tip, a natural method that can greatly improve your nights, and most people have never even heard of it. Nocturia, the need to urinate frequently during the night, is often seen as an unavoidable part of aging. But that's not entirely true. Yes, age plays a role, but what if your habits, what you eat, what you drink, and even what you do in the final hours before bedtime, are quietly influencing this issue far more than you think? This isn't about eliminating all your pleasures or changing your life upside down. It's about recognizing that small, seemingly innocent actions could be sending the wrong signals to your bladder and kidneys at the exact moment your body should be preparing for deep, restful sleep. You see, our bodies operate with incredible intelligence. During the night, certain systems slow down, like digestion and urine production, so we can rest. But that rhythm can be disrupted by habits that interfere with hormonal balance, kidney function, and bladder sensitivity. The result? Your brain is forced to wake you up to deal with something that could have been entirely avoidable. Let's talk about consequences. Interrupted sleep isn't just annoying. It reduces sleep quality, affects memory, weakens your immune system, and in the long run can contribute to more serious conditions like hypertension or insulin resistance. That might sound serious, and it is. But again, the point here is not to create fear. It's to help you realize that the solution may be much more within reach than you imagined. And before we go deeper, it's crucial to highlight something. When it comes to health, precision matters. Even a natural solution, when applied naively or excessively, can cause side effects or simply not work. That's why I urge you to stay until the end. Every detail matters, from timing to preparation. And by the time you reach the last part, you'll have a complete understanding of how to reduce or even eliminate nocturia naturally and safely. So let me guide you step by step through what could be causing your nighttime trips to the bathroom. The first surprising factor? It's not just what you drink, it's what you eat, especially in the evening. Certain foods act as silent diuretics, and most people have no idea they're eating them right before bed. Even so-called healthy meals could be increasing bladder activity without you noticing. And that leads us to one of the most misunderstood parts of this issue. The assumption is always that coffee or alcohol are the main culprits. But there are far more subtle foods that are found in everyday American dinners, from frozen meals to fresh salads, that quietly stimulate your bladder or irritate its lining. These are the dietary traps you'll want to uncover. Because here's the truth. Improving your sleep quality isn't just about cutting things out. It's about making strategic adjustments that align with your body's natural rhythm. Once you understand how to do this, everything changes. You wake up feeling more refreshed, more focused, and most importantly, you sleep through the night. But we're just getting started. The next tip you're about to discover is one of the most important of all. Overlooking it won't just reduce your results. It might also lead to unintended effects that could compromise the progress you're aiming for. Let's take this next step carefully. Let's take a closer look at something that many people overlook: the hidden diuretics in your evening meal. While most are quick to blame coffee or a glass of wine, the real culprits behind nighttime urination could be sitting quietly on your dinner plate, disguised as healthy or neutral choices. Take, for example, tomato-based sauces. They're a staple in American kitchens, found in everything from pasta dishes to pizzas and soups. But tomatoes are highly acidic, and acidic foods can irritate the lining of the bladder, increasing the urge to urinate, especially when consumed shortly before bedtime. Pair that with a sprinkling of black pepper, or worse, spicy chili flakes, and you're not just irritating your palate, you're stimulating your urinary system at the worst possible time. Another overlooked offender? Celery. While it's low in calories and often praised for its clean eating benefits, celery contains natural diuretic compounds. Eating it in a late-night salad or dipping it into hummus during your favorite evening show may seem harmless, but it could be quietly encouraging your kidneys to keep working overtime. Then we have citrus fruits. Oranges, grapefruits, and even lemon water, often consumed for their detox effects, are highly acidic and can have a bladder-irritating impact. Even though lemon water is widely promoted for its health benefits, drinking it before bed may be doing more harm than good if nocturia is a concern. What about artificial sweeteners? These are commonly found in diet or zero drinks, including sodas, and even some protein shakes. Studies suggest that artificial sweeteners like aspartame and saccharin may irritate the bladder lining, leading to more frequent urination. So, while you might be avoiding sugar for health reasons, those sugar-free alternatives could be compromising your sleep quality. And don't forget about alcohol, not just because it's a diuretic, but because it suppresses the hormone that tells your kidneys to slow urine production at night. That evening glass of wine might help you unwind, but it's likely one of the main reasons you find yourself waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. What all these foods and drinks have in common is their ability to disrupt your body's natural preparation for rest. Your kidneys and bladder need to wind down just like your mind does. Instead, these common choices are throwing your body into a state of alert, overstimulating the very systems that should be slowing down. So what can you do about it? First, become more mindful of your dinner and late-night snack choices. Try avoiding acidic and spicy foods at least 3 hours before bed. Swap out citrus and tomato-heavy meals for more alkaline options like steamed vegetables, root-based soups, or simple whole grains. If you like a warm drink before bed, opt for caffeine-free herbal teas known for their calming properties. But even then, be cautious with quantity and ingredients. Being proactive here doesn't mean giving up everything you love. It means making adjustments that allow your body to do what it's meant to do at night: rest, recover, and heal. Because the truth is, the foods you think are helping may be hurting. And unless you understand their hidden effects, you could be stuck in a cycle that no medication or supplement can truly fix. That's why making dietary adjustments is one of the first and most powerful steps toward eliminating nocturia naturally. But here's where things get even more interesting. What you eat is crucial, yes. But what if the real problem isn't just what you eat, but when you eat it? Because there's a timing mistake that almost everyone makes, and correcting it could make all the difference. The next strategy you'll learn is among the most critical in this journey. Ignoring it may not only slow your progress, but could even reverse the benefits of all the changes you've made so far. Let's make sure you're not unknowingly working against yourself. Timing matters more than most people realize. You might already be paying closer attention to what you eat in the evening, avoiding acidic foods, spicy seasonings, and those sneaky diuretics hiding in healthy snacks. But there's another layer to this. When you eat could be just as important as what you eat. Many of us have developed the habit of eating dinner late. Long work hours, traffic, after-school activities, or simply the desire to unwind before cooking can easily push the last meal of the day to 8 p.m. or later. And while this may feel normal, even necessary in today's busy world, it could be setting the stage for nighttime wake-ups and disrupted sleep. Our bodies follow a circadian rhythm, an internal clock that governs hormone production, organ function, and metabolic processes over a 24-hour cycle. This rhythm doesn't just tell us when to feel sleepy or alert. It also affects when our kidneys slow down urine production, when our bladder becomes less sensitive, and when our digestive system should start resting. But eating too late can disrupt this process in several surprising ways. First, let's talk about digestion. When you eat close to bedtime, your body must divert energy to digest the food instead of shifting into sleep and repair mode. This can lead to poor digestion, gas, acid reflux, and a restless night. But more importantly for nocturia sufferers, late meals can delay the reduction of urine output, keeping the kidneys more active well into the night. Certain hormones like vasopressin, also known as the antidiuretic hormone, are supposed to rise at night. Their role is to signal the kidneys to slow down urine production so your bladder can hold longer while you sleep. But a late meal can interfere with this hormonal rhythm, especially if your meal includes sugars or simple carbohydrates, which may cause blood sugar fluctuations. It can also increase urine output as the body works to balance hydration and remove excess glucose. Think about how many dinners in the average American household consist of pasta, bread, sweet sauces, or dessert. Pair that with a late eating schedule, and you have a perfect storm for nocturnal urination. Even a healthy salad, when consumed late, can trigger these effects if it includes high water content vegetables like cucumbers or dressings rich in vinegar. The solution? It's not about skipping dinner. It's about shifting it. Aim to finish your last full meal at least 3 hours before going to bed. This gives your body time to digest, reset its hormonal balance, and begin the natural shift into rest mode. If hunger strikes later in the evening, go for a light, dry snack like a few almonds or a small spoonful of almond butter. Avoid anything with high water content, high acidity, or caffeine. Yes, that includes dark chocolate. One more often overlooked detail: your posture after eating. Going straight from the dinner table to the couch, or worse, lying down in bed, encourages reflux and slows digestion further. A short, gentle walk after dinner, even just 10 minutes around the block or inside your home, can aid digestion and support the body's transition towards sleep. It may seem like a small change, but it can make a significant impact. Nighttime is when your body repairs tissue, consolidates memories, and recalibrates your immune system. Every time your sleep is interrupted, even briefly, you disrupt these processes. By respecting your body's timing and supporting its natural rhythms, you give yourself the best chance of uninterrupted, restorative sleep. And if you're someone who drinks fluids late into the evening to stay hydrated, this timing principle applies to drinks as well. Even if you've eliminated irritating foods, drinking too close to bedtime, especially in large quantities, can override all your efforts. That's a topic we're going to dive deeper into now, because how and when you hydrate may be one of the most underestimated keys to solving nocturia. The strategy you're about to learn next is essential. If ignored, it could not only cancel out your dietary efforts, but also create unintended strain on your kidneys and bladder. And while it may seem harmless on the surface, applying it the wrong way could set back your progress significantly. Let's get into it with care. By now you understand how what you eat and when you eat can deeply affect your nights. But there's another major player in this equation: hydration. Water is life, no doubt. It supports every cell, flushes toxins, maintains temperature, and helps your organs do their jobs. But when it comes to nocturia, not all hydration is good hydration, especially when done at the wrong time. Let's be clear, dehydration is dangerous. However, overhydrating or drinking fluids at inappropriate times can be just as problematic when it comes to nighttime urination. What most people don't realize is that the timing, type, and even temperature of your drinks can either support deep sleep or sabotage it. Let's start with timing. Drinking large amounts of water or other fluids in the evening, especially within the 2 hours before bed, puts your kidneys and bladder on high alert. Your kidneys don't stop working when you sleep, but they do slow down, or at least they should. If they receive a rush of fluid late in the day, their activity spikes, and the result is more urine being produced right when your body should be winding down. That means a full bladder halfway through the night and another frustrating trip to the bathroom. You might think sipping herbal tea at night is harmless, even helpful. And in some cases it is, but not all herbal teas are created equal. Some blends include ingredients with mild diuretic effects, like hibiscus, dandelion, or lemongrass. These herbs can gently stimulate the kidneys, increasing urine output. If you enjoy teas as part of your nighttime routine, choose blends with calming herbs like chamomile, lavender, or passion flower, and keep the volume modest, just a small cup, ideally at least an hour before lying down. Temperature plays a subtle but fascinating role as well. Cold drinks can stimulate the bladder more than warm ones. Ever notice how drinking ice water seems to go through you faster? That's not your imagination. Cold temperatures can trigger bladder contractions, making you feel the urge to urinate sooner. Warm drinks are gentler on your system and less likely to provoke an urgent response. Let's also address the quality of your water. In many areas of the U.S., tap water or certain bottled waters contain high levels of sodium, fluoride, or chlorine. While safe by public health standards, these additives can be mildly irritating to some people's bladders, especially those already dealing with sensitivity. If you suspect this could be a factor for you, try filtering your water or opting for spring water from a trusted source. Small adjustments in water quality have made a surprising difference for some individuals dealing with persistent nocturia. What about those trying to stay ahead of dehydration by chugging water at night? The intention is good, but the strategy is flawed. Your hydration routine should begin when you wake up. Front-loading your water intake during the day, from morning until mid-afternoon, gives your body time to absorb and utilize fluids efficiently. After 6 p.m., hydration should taper off naturally, unless you're exercising or sweating heavily. If you're worried about being thirsty at night, remember that mild thirst is manageable and doesn't pose a danger if you've stayed well hydrated during the day. A single sip of water before bed is fine, but avoid the habit of keeping large bottles on your nightstand and taking repeated sips throughout the night. Now, here's something few people talk about. Your bladder adapts to patterns. If you've been waking up at 2 a.m. every night to urinate, your body begins to expect that interruption. Over time, it becomes a conditioned response. By modifying hydration patterns and being consistent, you give your body a chance to relearn a more restful rhythm. Hydration is not the enemy, but timing and moderation are your allies. Supporting your body's natural rhythm with smart hydration choices can make a dramatic difference. The goal isn't to drink less, it's to drink smarter. And just when you think you're starting to understand the full picture, there's something even more powerful to explore. Because beyond food and drinks, there's a specific nightly ritual, a sequence of actions that can signal your entire system to slow down, relax, and stop overworking. This next insight is one of the most important of all. Ignoring it could not only undo the benefits you've gained, but also create new stressors on your body that you definitely want to avoid. Let's move forward with intention and care. After rethinking what you eat, when you eat, and how you hydrate, it becomes clear that nighttime health isn't built on a single action. It's the result of a sequence, a ritual that tells your body it's safe to slow down, release tension, and prepare for rest. What you do in the final hour before bed can either support that transition or quietly sabotage it. And that's where the real transformation begins. Most people underestimate how overstimulating the modern evening routine has become. Bright screens, endless scrolling, background television, snacks in front of flashing lights, and stressful news updates. This environment sends mixed signals to your nervous system. You may be physically tired, but your brain doesn't get the message that it's time to wind down. The body remains alert, and the organs that should be entering rest mode, including the bladder and kidneys, stay on standby, waiting for clear instructions that never come. That's why creating a calming nighttime ritual is essential. It's not just about avoiding stimulation. It's about replacing it with cues that nudge your entire system towards stillness and repair. The first step is light. Exposure to artificial light, especially blue light from phones, tablets, and televisions, suppresses melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep and nighttime bodily functions. Melatonin doesn't just make you sleepy. It works alongside other hormones, like vasopressin, to lower urine production during the night. So when melatonin is low, the bladder doesn't get the message to hold off. One of the simplest, most powerful changes you can make is to dim the lights an hour before bed and avoid screens entirely. If that feels too abrupt, start with a 20-minute digital break before bedtime and gradually increase it. Replace screen time with a relaxing audio experience. Soft instrumental music, a guided breathing session, or a short meditation. These alternatives ease you into a parasympathetic state, your body's rest and digest mode, and help your organs shift into their overnight rhythm. The second step is physical relaxation. A gentle stretching routine, light yoga, or even a 5-minute breathing practice can dramatically lower stress hormones. When cortisol levels drop, your heart rate slows, blood pressure balances, and the urge to urinate becomes less intense. One simple technique is diaphragmatic breathing. Sit comfortably, place one hand on your belly and the other on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose, letting your belly rise. Exhale through your mouth, feeling your belly contract. Repeat for 5 minutes. This type of breathing activates the vagus nerve and communicates to your brain that it's safe to relax, reducing tension in both the mind and body. The third and final step of your nightly ritual is the use of a natural infusion that supports urinary health and sleep at the same time. A warm drink, properly selected and timed, can work in harmony with your body's needs. One excellent option is an infusion made from chamomile and lightly crushed pumpkin seeds. Chamomile is known for its calming effects, and pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc and magnesium, minerals that support bladder control and reduce inflammation. To prepare it correctly, crush a tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds and steep them in hot water along with a chamomile tea bag for at least 10 minutes. Drink this infusion warm, ideally about 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. This allows your body time to process the liquid, gain the benefits, and minimize the chance of triggering your bladder during the night. Some people like to enhance this with a touch of cinnamon, but not just any cinnamon. Choose Ceylon cinnamon, known as true cinnamon, which helps regulate blood sugar and has anti-inflammatory properties. Stable blood sugar overnight reduces excess urine production triggered by glucose imbalances. Together, these 3 steps form a ritual that re-educates your nervous system, aligns your hormones, and supports your bladder to do what it was designed to do at night: rest. Many underestimate how much power exists in these seemingly simple actions. But the body responds best not to extreme changes, but to consistent, supportive patterns. By embracing a nightly ritual, you take a conscious step toward reclaiming your sleep, protecting your energy, and restoring a sense of balance. Still, even a well-designed ritual can fall short if you're missing the key ingredient. Because there is one element, a preparation most people use the wrong way, that could determine whether you eliminate nocturia or continue battling it. And more importantly, if done improperly, it can lead to unwanted side effects over time. The final insight is coming now, and it may be the most eye-opening of all. There comes a point in every journey where all the small insights come together, and a single shift changes everything. When it comes to nocturia, that final shift is understanding how to prepare and use a powerful, natural ingredient the right way. It has the potential to reduce nighttime urination dramatically, support bladder health, and complement all the changes you've made so far. But like many remedies, it's often used incorrectly, and that makes all the difference. Pumpkin seeds. They're easy to overlook. Found in trail mixes, health food aisles, and even baked goods, they seem like just another snack. But in traditional practices and emerging studies, pumpkin seeds have been praised for their impact on prostate health, overactive bladder, and urinary control. Rich in magnesium, zinc, and phytosterols, they help reduce inflammation, strengthen bladder muscles, and support hormone balance, all crucial for managing nocturia. But here's the catch. Most people either eat them dry roasted or take them in capsule form. While convenient, these methods may not deliver the full benefit. Roasting can degrade heat-sensitive nutrients. Capsules may not be absorbed as effectively, especially if taken without the right cofactors. To truly unlock the potential of pumpkin seeds, preparation matters, and a traditional infusion offers a deeper level of support. Here is the correct way to prepare it. Start with 1 tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. Lightly crush them. Not too fine, just enough to open them up. Then soak the crushed seeds in a cup of warm filtered water overnight for at least 8 hours. This soaking process softens the seed structure, makes the nutrients more bioavailable, and activates enzymes that support digestion and absorption. In the morning, gently warm the infusion, do not boil, strain it, and drink it on an empty stomach. This method allows your body to absorb the minerals and plant compounds in their most effective form, setting the foundation for reduced bladder sensitivity throughout the day and into the night. You can also add a pinch of Ceylon cinnamon during the soaking process, which not only adds a pleasant flavor, but also helps stabilize blood sugar, a lesser-known factor that can influence nighttime urination. High or fluctuating blood sugar levels cause your body to expel excess glucose through urine, increasing the frequency of urination, especially at night. Keeping blood sugar steady helps reduce this cascade, And while this infusion is gentle, it's still powerful. It should be used consistently, but not excessively. Once daily is enough. Like all natural supports, more is not better. Used properly, this drink can harmonize with your other lifestyle adjustments and serve as a cornerstone of your nightly wellness routine. This final step isn't about chasing a miracle. It's about understanding your body's signals and responding with care. Nocturia doesn't appear overnight, and it doesn't disappear overnight either. But with consistency, knowledge, and attention to preparation, progress becomes inevitable. The true gift of this journey isn't just the ability to sleep through the night. It's the confidence that comes from taking control of your health in a way that's natural, gentle, and sustainable. When you treat your body like a partner instead of a problem, healing stops being a battle and becomes a collaboration. If you've found value in these insights, imagine how many others are still in the dark, still waking up each night, wondering why they can't rest. Share this knowledge. Someone you know might be one small change away from the sleep they desperately need. Leave a like if this helped you. Share it with someone who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep learning natural ways to support your health and energy. Because health doesn't come from doing one big thing. It comes from doing small things the right way, every day.